Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories. Today we're bringing you a great matchup between the Shawnee Mission West Vikings, coached by Pam Creed, versus the Blue Valley North Mustangs, coached by Terry Sneathen. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants. First from Shawnee Mission West.
Hi, I'm Jonathan. I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm a senior.
I'm Coleman. I'm a junior.
I'm Dane. I'm a sophomore.
And our contestants from Blue Valley North.
Hi, I'm Rohit, and I'm a senior.
I'm Nathan, and I'm a senior.
I'm Matthew, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Shweta, and I'm a senior.
I'm Clark. I'm a senior.
All right, fantastic. Here in categories, in the first round, we will take turns answering questions from certain categories. If the team responds correctly, they earn a point for their squad. If they answer incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal the category. We did a coin toss before we started taping. It was won by the Vikings, so Shawnee Mission West. Here is the first category. It is vocabulary. What term meaning an act to deceive or trick was probably derived from the nonsense words used by conjurers, hocus pocus? Time on that. Mustangs, chance to steal this vocabulary question. What term meaning an act to deceive or trick was probably derived from the nonsense words used by conjurers, hocus pocus? Shweta?
Hoax.
Hoax, very good. Staying with you, Mustangs, government and economics is the category. Who was the first female justice appointed to the United States Supreme Court? Nathan?
Sandra Day O'Connor.
Very good. Coming back to you, Vikings, geography is the category. What state has the longest boundary line with Canada? Jonathan?
Alaska?
It is Alaska. Very good. Coming back to you, Mustangs, sports and games is the category. What sport besides football did famed running back Jim Brown compete and excel in while he attended Syracuse University in the mid-1950s? Rohit?
Basketball.
It is not basketball. Vikings, chance to steal this sports and game category. What sport besides football did famed running back Jim Brown compete and excel in while he attended Syracuse University in the mid-1950s? Sean?
Baseball.
It is not baseball. Lacrosse. He was an outstanding lacrosse player. Sticking with you, Vikings, current events is the category. The Associated Press named Jose Altuve as its male athlete of the year. The 5'6" second baseman plays for which Major League Baseball team? Time on that. Mustangs, chance to steal this current events question. The Associated Press named Jose Altuve as its male athlete of the year. The 5'6" second baseman. Clark?
Houston Astros.
Houston Astros is correct. Staying with you, Blue Valley North, geometry is the next question. How many circles can be tangent to a given line at a given point on the line? Rohit?
Infinite.
Infinite, very good. Shawnee Mission West, general knowledge is your category. On a system's flowchart, which symbol is commonly used to indicate the direction of the flow of work? Nick?
An arrow.
An arrow. Seems logical. Mustangs, coming back to you. This time it's music. Orchestra is the category. What famous orchestra was founded by Sir Thomas Beecham in 1932? Swetha?
The Royal Orchestra.
I cannot accept that. Vikings, you have a chance to steal this music orchestra category. What famous orchestra was founded by Sir Thomas Beecham in 1932? It is the London Philharmonic. London Philharmonic. Vikings, we are staying with you. U.S. history is the category. What did George Wallace promise now, tomorrow, and forever? Nick?
Segregation.
Segregation. U.S. geography, back to you, Blue Valley North, with this U.S. geography question. Which U.S. state capital was previously the capital of a monarchy and a republic? Time on that. Vikings, chance to steal this U.S. geography question. Which U.S. state capital was previously the capital of a monarchy and a republic? Jonathan?
Honolulu.
Honolulu. Vikings, staying with you. Science, specifically chemistry, is the category. Which element combines with silicon to form the tetrahedral unit of structure of silicate minerals? Dane.
Carbon.
It is not carbon. Mustangs, chance to steal this science chemistry category. Which element combines with silicon to form the tetrahedral unit of structure of the silicate minerals? Nathan?
Oxygen.
It is oxygen. Staying with you, Mustangs, current events is the category. In the New York City borough of the Bronx, a deadly apartment building fire that killed 12 people was started by a child playing with what? Shweta?
Matches.
It is not matches. Vikings, chance to steal this current events category. In the New York City borough of the Bronx, a deadly apartment building fire that killed 12 people was started by a child playing with what? Coleman?
A lighter.
It is not a lighter. Playing with the stove. Playing with the stove. Shawnee Mission West, you do get the next category. It is literature. In what novel does a villain club his mistress to death and then die himself, trying to escape from the police by falling off the roof of a house? Time on that. Mustangs, chance to steal this literature category. In what novel does a villain club his mistress to death and then die himself, trying to escape from the police by falling off the roof of a house? Shweta?
Crime and Punishment.
It's not Crime and Punishment. Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist. It's kind of a vague question. Mustangs, you guys have the next category. It's vocabulary. Of the following words, which is an antonym of apathy? Resolution, fortune, enthusiasm, depression, ignorance? Rohit?
Enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm. Very good. Coming back to you, Vikings. Fine arts, specifically paintings. In a painting by Rembrandt, two famous Greeks are featured. One of them is contemplating a bust of the other. Name either one of these two figures. Sean?
The thinker.
I cannot accept the thinker. Mustangs, you have a chance to steal this fine arts painting category. In a painting by Rembrandt, two famous Greeks are featured. One of them is contemplating a bust of the other. Give the name of either one of the two figures. Shweta?
Raphael.
Can't accept that. We're looking for Aristotle or Homer. Aristotle or Homer. Mustangs, we are staying with you with children's literature as the category. Give the 7 words for the traditional ending of a fairy tale. Clark?
And they all lived happily ever after.
Very good. You guys, I saw you all thinking in your heads. Which on that one? Vikings, you do have the next category. It is government and economics. Which amendment abolishes slavery and involuntary servitude? Nick?
The 13th.
It is the 13th. Coming back to you, Mustangs, general knowledge is the category. What breed of animal was developed in England for baiting adult male cattle? Matthew?
Border Collie.
It's not the border collie. Vikings, chance to steal this general knowledge question. What breed of animal was developed in England for baiting adult male cattle? An adult male cattle known as a bull. It's a bulldog. Bulldog. Vikings, you get the next category. It is sports, specifically baseball. Milwaukee catcher Ched Moeller at one time hit a cycle in baseball. What is the cycle? Sean?
In one game, hitting a single, double, triple, and a home run.
That's what we're looking for. Good job. Mustangs, coming back to you with science and astronomy. They are believed to be the most remote objects in the universe. They emit tremendous amount of light and microwave radiation and are the cores of violent exploding galaxies. What are they called? Nathan?
Supermassive black holes.
I cannot accept that. Vikings, chance to steal this science astronomy question. They are believed to be the most remote objects in the universe. They emit tremendous amounts of light and microwave radiation, and they are cores of violent exploding galaxies. What are they called? Nick?
Quasars.
Those are quasars. Very good. Vikings, staying with you with math as the category. Twin primes are two consecutive odd integers that are prime. What is the first set of twin primes after the twin prime set of 17 and 19? Time on that. Mustang's chance to steal this math question. Twin primes are two consecutive odd integers that are prime. What is the first set of twin primes after the twin prime set of 17 and 19? Rohit?
29 and 31.
That is the pair we're looking for. Mustangs, staying with you, presidential history. What event had seriously diminished Harry Truman's chances of winning a third term if he had elected to run? Nathan?
The Korean War.
The Korean War, very good. Vikings, coming back to you, business is the category. This company in 2005 was ranked number 2 on 2 Ad Age magazine lists. The one that was the most trustworthy and the one that was also the least trustworthy. Name this retailer known for its obsessive commitment to efficiency and cost control. Coleman.
Amazon.
It is not Amazon. Mustangs, chance to steal this business question. This company in 2005 was ranked number 2 on 2 Ad Age magazine lists. The one that is the most trustworthy and also the least trustworthy. Name this retailer, well known for its obsessive commitment to efficiency and cost control. Nathan?
Costco.
It's Walmart. Walmart. Mustangs, you have the next category, and it is music. We started the question, so let's finish it. What Russian composer became a French citizen in 1934 and then an American citizen in 1945? Shweta?
Rachmaninoff.
Can you repeat that, please?
Rachmaninoff.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. Vikings, chance to steal this music category. What Russian composer became a French citizen in 1934 and an American citizen in 1945? Sean?
Tchaikovsky.
It's not Tchaikovsky. Stravinsky. Igor Stravinsky. That siren does denote the end of our first half. We have a very close game on our hands as Blue Valley North has a slight lead with a score of 9 and Shawnee Mission West 7. This time in our program, we're going to go to a student from each team who's going to give us a campus update. And I believe, Sean, you have been elected by your teammates to give us the campus update for West. So what is happening with the Vikings?
Well, our basketball team is off to a great start with a record of 4-2. And our debate team actually won the state championship this week, coming in first before 48 other teams.
Oh, well, you caught me mid-drink. That's a pretty good deal right there. All right. And Shweta, you are giving us the update for the Mustangs. What is happening since the last time we talked?
Our play, One Man, Two Governors, got elected as one of 11 plays all around the world to attend the International Thespian Festival. Our robotics team kicked off its FRC this past weekend, and our debate team won the sweepstakes at Nova State.
All right. Very good. So great stuff happening for both schools. All right, as we begin our second round, the tradition here on Categories is to have our look and listen question. We will display it here on a monitor in the studio for our contestants, and if you are watching at home, it will be displayed on your screen. The look and listen question is worth 2 points, and just this reminder to our contestants, when someone rings in, we cannot rewind the video. We have to go from where it is stopped. So here we go. Both teams, hands on buzzers. Here is the look and listen question. Name this peninsula on the Atlantic Ocean that was damaged by Superstorm Sandy. Jonathan?
Coney Island.
It is Coney Island, and that was probably some of the most recent footage of Coney Island that we were able to get. So that is correct. So 2 points to Shawnee Mission West for that. As we continue here with our lightning round, questions will be placed on the floor for either team to answer. The same rules apply as in the first round. If a team answers correctly, they earn a point for their team, and if they answer incorrectly, the other team still gets a chance to steal the category. So both teams. The first category we have here is language, specifically parts of speech. List all of the pronouns in the following sentence. Solving the transportation problems of a major urban area challenges those who are responsible for it. Rohit?
Those, who, it.
Those are the three. Nice job. World geography for both teams. Dublin is the capital of Ireland. What is the capital of Northern Ireland? Jonathan?
Belfast.
It is Belfast. General knowledge, weapons is the category. What term describes the method used to insert ammunition in muskets, as when Davy Crockett would load Old Betsy? Coleman?
Muzzle loading.
Muzzle loading, very good. Literature for both teams. King Arthur set up the Diamond Jousts, a series of 9 annual tournaments, all won by which knight? Nick?
Sir Lancelot.
Sir Lancelot, very good. Shakespeare for both teams starts off with a quote. My words fly up, my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go. Which Shakespearean character utters these lines? Rohit?
Romeo.
It is not Romeo. Vikings, chance to steal the Shakespeare category. Starts off with a quote. My words fly up, my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go. Which Shakespearean character utters these lines? Coleman?
Hamlet.
I'm sorry, cannot accept that. It was Claudius in Hamlet, but it was Claudius. U.S. history for both teams. What sparked the Mexican War of 1846 through 1848? It's when Texas became a U.S. state. Science, specifically species. It's a fairly long question, so please pay attention. This grazing animal that lives in the mountain regions of Peru and Bolivia resembles the llama, but has a much longer wool of better quality. Sean?
Alpaca.
It is an alpaca. Psychology is the next category. Carl Jung's term for a person who is shy and introspective is called what? Shweta?
Introvert.
Introvert, very good. U.S. history. How many people were actually killed at the Boston Massacre? Coleman?
8.
I'm sorry, it is not 8. Mustangs, chance to steal this U.S. history question. How many people were actually killed at the Boston Massacre? Matthew?
13.
It is 5. 5. Another history question for both squads, this time dealing with the Aztecs. In the Aztec version of basketball, what happened to the captain of the losing team? Jonathan?
They were executed.
They were executed. No pressure. Current events. Current events is the next category for both teams. A historic tree planted by Andrew Jackson at the White House is scheduled to be cut back due to safety concerns. Is this tree a magnolia, a cherry, apple, or crabapple tree? Coleman?
Magnolia.
It is a magnolia. U.S. government, specifically taxes, is the next category. In the U.S., there are 2 types of consumption tax. Name both. Sales tax and excise tax. Sports and games for both teams. Who is the only tennis player to have won each of the 4 Grand Slam events at least 4 times? Rohit.
Pete Sampras.
Sorry, cannot accept that. Vikings, chance to steal this sports and games question. Who is the only tennis player to have won each of the 4 Grand Slam events at least 4 times? Coleman.
Serena Williams.
It is not Serena Williams. Steffi Graf. Steffi Graf. Williams is close. I think she's 1 short in the French Open. Math is the next category for both teams. What is the sum of 10 to the 0 power plus 10 to the first power plus 10 to the second power? Rohit.
111.
111, very good. Music for both teams. Which 17th century keyboard instrument may have been named for the maidens who played it? Coleman?
Oregon.
I cannot accept that. Mustangs, you have a chance to steal this music category. Which 17th century keyboard instrument may have been named for the maidens who played it? Nathan.
Harpsichord.
It's not the harpsichord. It's called a virginal. Virginal. Both teams, world geography is the category. Which of the following oil producers does not border the Persian Gulf? Is it Iran, Libya, Kuwait, or Saudi Arabia? Jonathan.
Libya.
It is Libya. U.S. geography. Name the Wisconsin city that has the same name as a French dramatist? Dane.
Madison.
Can I accept Madison? Mustangs, chance to steal this U.S. geography question. Shweta?
Milwaukee.
It is no Milwaukee. It's Racine. Racine. French expressions is the next category. In French, if you have ready knowledge of what to do and say, and know how to do and say it, you have what? Shweta?
Deja vu.
No, not déjà vu. Vikings, chance to steal this French expressions category. In French, if you have ready knowledge of what to do and say, and how to do and say it, you have what? You have a savoir-faire, is what they... Literature, poetry is the next category. In what poem by Carl Sandburg do we read this? They tell me you are wicked, and I believe them, for I have seen your painted women under the gas lamps, luring the farm boys. Shweta?
The Farm Boys.
I can accept the farm boys. Vikings, you have a chance to steal this literature poetry question. In what poem by Carl Sandburg do we read this? They tell me that you are wicked, and I believe them, for I have seen your painted women under the gas lamps luring the farm boys. The name of the poem is Chicago. Chicago. World geography for both teams. Angel Falls are in South America. On what continent would you find Victoria Falls? Rohit?
Africa.
It is Africa. You've narrowed the gap a bit here. Shawnee Mission West 16, Blue Valley North 13. U.S. geography, specifically landmarks. The Marine Memorial in Washington depicts what scene? Dane?
The raising the flag at Iwo Jima.
That is exactly what we're looking for. General knowledge. How many buttons are on a standard touch-tone telephone? Clark?
12.
That is 12. Canadian history. The two lawmaking bodies in Canada are the House of Commons and the what? Nick?
House of Lords.
That's not House of Lords. Mustangs, chance to steal this Canadian history question. The two lawmaking bodies in Canada are the House of Commons and the what? Shweta?
Senate.
It is the Senate.
Oh.
Science, geology for both teams. Obsidian is a natural glass formed from rapidly cooling lava and is usually what color? Shweta?
Black.
It is black. European history for both teams. The British fleet of the 1890s was equal to the combined fleets of the two next biggest naval powers, which at that time in the 1890s were what two countries? Dane?
France and Spain.
Sorry, that is incorrect. Mustangs, chance to steal this European history question. The British fleet of the 1890s was equal to the combined fleets of the two next biggest naval powers, which were at that time in 1890, what two countries? Shweta?
France and Russia.
In which one?
Russia.
In Russia? That is correct, French and Russia. Fine arts, opera is the next category. The Magic Flute was an opera by Mozart. What was its magic power? Shweta?
The sound of the flute could be heard by the princess who is locked inside the tower.
I'm sorry, cannot accept that. Vikings, you have a chance to steal this fine arts opera question. The Magic Flute was an opera by Mozart. What was its magic power? Coleman?
To put people to sleep.
I'm sorry, that is also incorrect. It was to inspire love. To inspire love. All right, we have a close game, tied at 17 apiece. Government, international law is the next category. According to international law, a country holding prisoners of war must allow them to be examined by members of what organization? Nick?
The United Nations.
I'm sorry, that is not the correct answer. Mustangs, you have a chance to steal this government international law question. According to international law, a country holding prisoners of war must allow them to be examined by members of what organization? Nathan?
Amnesty International.
Sorry, that too is incorrect. It's the International Red Cross, the Red Cross. Both teams, vocabulary is the category. What term refers to the, right, this possibly could be our last question. What term refers to the process of making an example of lawbreakers in order to dissuade them and others from committing crimes? Nick?
Deterrence.
It is deterrence. And with that response at the siren, that does give you the final point of the game, which gives you the win, with Shawnee Mission West with a score of 18 and Blue Valley North 17. Please join us again next time here on Categories as we will continue bringing excellent action-filled games just like today, featuring the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.